What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full Gym Leader Brassius team. So continuing the little mini-series here, using the Gym Leaders Pokemon Final Rematch team. So these are the Pokemon here. We got Lilligant, Breloom, Serena, Arbolivia, and Sudowoodo. I'll be using the exact movesets, abilities that these Pokemon have. All I'll be doing is giving them EVs and items. Some of these sets were like... they were kind of bad, but we'll have a look at it in a sec. I'm not sure my opponent is there. The first battle, this one is a random battle on the Wycom. Maybe someone can translate the name for you. If you like the cool little gym leader teams, you're enjoying them, drop a like on the video. All right, what do you think of this gym leader, by the way, too? Do you like the Brassius gym? I like how I had the Sudowoodo as a grass. I thought that was pretty smart. So this Breloom set is going to be an Effect Sporer's ability. I've got Mach Punch, C-Bomb, Thunder Punch, and Spore. So I'm going to be going for a C-Bomb here, and that is going to be taking out the Lycanroc in one shot, which is a pretty good start to the battle, actually. The item I gave this was Punching Glove, Max Health, and Max Attacks. It's a bulky Breloom. So in comes the Greninja here. I went for the Mach Punch, got really good damage. Now they're going to go for a Protein Ice Beam here, and that is going to be enough to take out the Breloom. But a pretty good effort there from a Breloom. The Greninja also has leftovers too. I like the little animation. It sort of like put its arm pointed up in the sky and then got its little, it's like, give me your leftovers right now, and it got it. Next Pokemon is going to be Sudowoodo. Oh, also, the rule of these battles too, when I do the gym leader ones, I'm only allowed to terror the Pokemon the gym leader does. So, we've got a Grass Terror Sudowoodo here. Now, I got a question for you all. In Generation 2, right, did you actually think that Sudowoodo was a grass type? I thought so when I was a kid, because it's like, you know, oh, it's a grass Pokemon, it's a tree, but then it didn't turn out to be one. Did anyone else think that as well? I think it's pretty fair, because you even have to water it with the little the watering can, right? So we got the Greninja going for was that like a water type move there? I'm going to go for the Trailblaze here. Trailblaze is going to be super effective, and I'm going to get rid of the Greninja. This Sudowoodo set, they ran Trailblaze, Stone Mist, Fire Punch, and Ice Punch. At least it wasn't a bad moveset. Ability was sturdy. I gave it Weakness Policy, but to get that to activate, it was kind of difficult, unless it was like a physical move. In comes the Scarlet there. I just wipe it clean with a Stone Mist. Critical hit there, so very, very good. The EVs I gave it were Max Attack and Max Speed, Jolly Nature. Now, the next Pokemon here is going to be Annihilate, and they're going to go for a Terror here, because I am sort of tearing their team apart, if you know what I mean. Now, I wasn't really sure what they were going to tear into, but they went into Terror Fighting. So I'm like, all right, well, that's all right, I guess. I saw some other Pokemon that can do something to that. So I went for a Fire Punch here. Fire Punch, I was kind of like going for a burn, and they went for a close combat. So I'm like, all right, this is going to do, you know, a fair bit of damage to me. Sudowoodo's base defense kind of saves it there, and they actually dropped their defense, which is quite good for me. So I can go for another physical move. I went for a Freeze Axe. It's like, oh, just jokingly go for it, and I got it. I was like, wow, that was super, super lucky. However, the Annihilate is going to be eating a Lumbro, so it's going to cure the Freeze Axe. I was like, oh, that really, really sucked. But hey, at least I got the Freeze Axe. Here comes a Rage Fist. That is most definitely going to take me out. That got hit a couple of times already there. So I need to faint this thing before it faints my entire team. Man, look at the textures there on Sudowoodo. That looks like really, really good. Next Pokemon is Serena. So this didn't have some mad moves. We got Trop Kick, High Jump Kick, Play Rough, and Zen Headbutt. Max Attack and Max Speed EVs. I gave it Jolly Nature, and I gave it a Wide Lens too. The ability is Queenly Majesty. So that's going to be then off Annihilate there, outspeeding it and taking it out with a green foot. Imagine just getting kicked by a foot there, that's, I guess, covered in leaves. Next Pokemon is Scarlet. They're going to go for a U-turn here. U-turn does pretty good damage to Serena, and they're going to be swapping out. So with this team, obviously, I only had 5 Pokemon, so I did come across like a lot of 6 Pokemon teams. Next Pokemon is going to be Iron Hands. That's their last Pokemon. High Jump Kick does pretty good damage there. I followed it up with a nice Play Rough. It wasn't enough to take it out there. Iron Hands has got a lot of bulk to it. I actually got to drop an attack, which mattered somehow, because Close Combat did not faint. So Serena is reasonably bulky there, so I actually was able to live that, and and I finish it off with another green foot. Like, what would you do in real life, right? You get like, you take your shoe off, right? Then, you know, you look around at the nearest tree, grab some leaves, stick them to your foot, and then go kick someone. Is that what drop kick is in real life? I don't know. Someone tell me. So that's going to be the end of the Serena there, and I'm going to bring in Lilligant. So Lilligant, this set was terrible. It's got Quiver Dance, Petal Blizzard, which is a physical move, Hyper Beam, and Light Screen. What was going through their mind when they made this set? So I'm going to go for a Hyper Beam here. Got the Silk Scarf as the item. Scarlet lives on 1 health without a Focus Sash. The merch is available. Interesting camera angle there. And Lilligant is going to feint to a U-turn. The EVs I ran on this were Max Special Attack, Modest Nature, and Max Speed. Silk Scarf as the item. And ability was Own Tempo. Last Pokemon is Bolivia. We got a Terrain Pulse, Energy Ball, Grassy Seed, Grassy Terrain Seed Sower set. It's so bad because when you've got Seed Sower, you never ever have to set up Grassy Terrain. So it was like the worst redundant move on there ever. Anyway, I'm going to finish it off here with a Disrespect Grassy Terrain on 1 health. Grass move, and that is the end of the Meowscarada. And now, my friends, it's the end of the very first battle. Thank you to my opponent there. Oh, that's actually not a bad trainer card. Like, it looked like Tinkerton was like sleeping on the trainer's shoulder or something like that. We got a theme team here. There's a battle against Peepsnight. It's actually a 5 versus 4. One of the rare battles where I only... Why is Wingull so low on the ground? What the... Yo, Wingull was like skimming across the ground there. I don't know, I was looking for scraps. So Serena's going to get hit by a pretty powerful move there. And now Wingull is going to swap out. It's a shiny Wingull too. You can tell the tips of its, well, the middles of its wings is like light green. So I'm going to go for a Zen Headbutt here on the Wingull. And I did pretty good damage. Now I'm going to kick it with a green foot. And it does pretty nice damage there. It doesn't take it out though. This is definitely an Everlight Wingull only on PIMPNITE Shell. So Chilling Water is going to drop Serena's attack here. I'm not swapping because of Wingull. I'll get roasted. So I went for another Trop Kick rare, dropping its attack, which is going to change so much. Now the Wingull is going to go for a Roo. So it definitely, I think it's like max health, max defense or something crazy like that. And it's doing a pretty good, a pretty decent amount of damage to me at the same time. So it's going to go for an Icy Wind. Icy Wind is like a 3-hit KO at this range. It's also going to drop my speed too. Now Wingull, after dropping my speed by 1 stage, is going to go for a Rooster. So I'm getting Roost stalled by a Wingull. So go for a Trop Kick there. Excellent damage there because it was super effective due to Roost there removing the flying type for that turn. However, since I got a couple of drops already, I didn't do as much damage. So go for Zen Headbutt here, and I went for a flinch, but to no avail, I'm going to get outsped. So I got to swap out Serena. I'm going to get roasted for that one, and I'm going to bring in the Breloom. Now, Breloom has also got Thunder Punch too, which I thought would be very, very good against this team because you might be able to guess what it already is. So we've got 2 Wingulls so far. Look at them up the top. They're almost like sliding in sync there, or flying in sync. So I'm going to hit by an Icy Wind. Not that it really matters too much because this doesn't have any speed anyway. I'm going to go for a Thunder Punch, and that is the end of Wingull. I finally took a Wingull out in a children's game of Pokemon. Next Pokemon is going to be Pelipper. I'm like, oh, this is going to be good if I can land a Thunder Punch, but I know my opponent hasn't Terra'd yet, so I was like, okay, it's either going to be this or it's going to be the next one, or it's going to be that Wingull we've seen earlier on. So we got Pelipper as a Grass type here. So Grass type Pelipper is going to be able to eat my Thunder Punch like a snack. Here comes a Gunk Shot. Gunk Shot almost takes me out there. I'm going to go for Thunder Punch, hoping for a Scumbag Paralysis that never ever happened. So I'm going to be able to follow this one up with a Mach Punch. That's about it for damage. Pelipper's got a leftovers as well there. It's not too bad. Someone was saying this the other day. They're like, you should do a full toilet team. You got your King Gambit, Pelipper, Delcatty, toilet seat. You know, I don't know. Like, could that be a viable thing you want to watch? So I can't think of any other like toilet seat Pokemon though. Next we got a Sudowoodo. I'm going to go for a Desperation Terror here. I'm going to go Terra Grass and go for a Fire Punch because Fire Punch and Ice Punch are both going to be super effective. I don't know whether it's going to be able to take Pelipper out in one shot though. I think I might need to go for a couple of them. But yeah, we're going to go for that. So we're both Terra Grass at the moment. So here comes Ice Punch, and Pelipper is not going to fade out. It's going to go for a Terra Seed Bomb here. Now, if I didn't Terra right there, I would have got a weakness policy, which really, really sucks there. So that's bad. So that's the end of the Pelipper. At least I got rid of that. And there's a Wingull and another Pelipper left. Now, surprisingly, I haven't done a Wingull evolution team. I mean, it's not super surprising. Normally I try and cover like the 3-stage evolution teams the most, but in pops the Wingull. It's gone for a Brave Bird and it's dropped my Sudowoodo there. Man, only on my channel will you see a Brave Bird Wingull dropping a Sudowoodo. Like, you can't make this up. So next Pokemon we got is Arboliva. I'm like, all right, I need to get rid of this Wingull. It's a threatening Pokemon. What I should do here, swap in Arboliva. They're going to take a lot of damage at Recall, right? Seed Cell is going to activate it. I lived that on the skin of my teeth there, and now I can finish it off with a Terrain Pulse. If that actually fainted my Arboliva there, I would have been in a lot of trouble. So that's the end of the Green Gull there. Not a bad name, Green Gull, because it's shiny green. Arboliva is going to have the little bit of extra recovery there from leftovers and Seed Cell. But Seed Cell is a really good ability. I really like it. The EVs on this one, I forgot to say. Max Health and Max Special Attack, Modest Nature. Last Pokemon is going to be the Pelipper with Drizzle called Big Gulp. I was like, oh, this is going to be a big rip if this has got the move. I think it does. So there goes the Tailwind. Here comes my Terrain Pulse. It hits like a truck, almost taking out the Pelipper, but Pelipper has got the Focus Sash in definitely take him out one shot there. Almost was going to rhyme. I was trying to rhyme with Focus Sash. I'm like, Focus Sash using Splash. If only it got Splash. Anyway, next Pokemon Surrender. Now Pelipper can basically, what they can do, they can get the controller and they can just whack it against their forehead and press the A button with Hurricane. And yeah, that's the next two Pokemon. Last Pokemon we got is going to be Lillicant, and I got blown away there by Hurricane. So that's the end of the battle there. Pelipper sort of like completely destroys all of my team, but I wasn't really sure when the Hurricane or flying move is going to happen there. So let's get on to battle number 3 there. This is a battle against Psymaster 69. And we got an interesting battle here. So first Pokemon is going to be Orthworm disappeared for a second. It used Dig, and I've got my Breloom as the lead. Now this was actually really bad. Like what happened to me, I was very salty. So I went for a Mach Punch here, pretty good damage. Now Orthworm is going to go for a Shed Tower. So Shed Tower is a great move on Orthworm, and they've got the Citrus Berry there, so it's going to heal some health off. So Iapa Berry, sorry, not Citrus Berry. So their Substitute is going to be passed on to another Pokemon. I was like, okay, I hope it's something I can do something damage to or get rid of quickly. So it's going to be Pawmont. Now Pawmont, I might have some trouble with it depending on what the set is. So here comes a Nuzzle. That's going to be annoying. And you watch this, right? You wouldn't read about it. So they've got the sub up there. Now I got paralyzed this turn, right? No, I didn't get paralyzed. I went for a Seed Bomb. So Seed Bomb is going to break the Substitute. Obviously, there, Max Attack on the Breloom is going to be doing a lot of damage. This was Adamant Nature, if I didn't mention that. So now watch this, right? So we're going to Terra here on the Pawmon. Like, okay, well, Pawmon, it's not like it can use Revival Blessings. It hasn't lost any Pokemon, and let's see what it's going to be. So it's got a Fighting Terror. I'm like, all right, Nuzzle. Nuzzle's interesting because that is used on some standard sets, but I was wondering what other moves it would have. And it's going to have Arm Thrust. So, like, you watch this, right? I got thrusted by Arm Thrust, and I got thrusted twice in a row. I'm like, okay, that's pretty unlucky, only getting 2 hits. And then I was like, they got a King's Rot. So they got a King's Rot flinch on 2 hits. That's so lucky. So the thrusting continues there. There's one. And, this is doing a fair bit of damage to me because, remember, I am max health Breloom too. So if I was running like a sweeping set, that would already be done. So I got Effect Spore, right, which is great. But it wasn't great because I went for a Spore this turn. So Spore, Effect Spore was absolute, like, it was pure assault, right? So that's why you should never run Effect Spore and Spore together because, the opponent can activate it and then, your Spore isn't going to put them to sleep. So I was getting rather salty right now. So, like, all right, let's go for a Mach Punch here. I can't do anything. Mach Punch does pretty good damage. And this is going to be the final thrust here, people, trying to keep things PG. And Breloom is going to be fainting in. So it did a pretty good job there. But, pretty unlucky. I could have put it to sleep and calmly, used a Seed Bomb to take it out. So things are not looking good right now. I got to deal with this Pokemon. So the next Pokemon I can go in here, I know that I can feint it. I just don't want to get, like, nuzzled again. But I was like, I don't think I can outspeed this at all because it's kind of fast. So I'm going to go into Oblivion. I've got the Terrain Pulse ready to go. I'm sure they're going to, or Energy Ball. I don't know why they had Energy Ball in this set too, but considering Seed Soul gets activated all the time. So we're going to go for Terrain Pulse here. They went for a Wish Pass there, probably onto Orthworm. I'm glad that it did not get that, which is good there. So bye-bye, Pawmon. No more thrusting for you. Now the sun is back up again. Like, did you see the sun there in the background? The sun was like moved so fast, looked like it was like sped up. Next Pokemon is going to be Dashbun. I can smell something cooking there, or burning, I'm not sure. But it's not me that's cooking one. So we got the special attack boosting on the Dashbun with Workup. I'm going to go for the Terrain Pulse here, but it doesn't do very much damage because we don't have the terrain on the field there. I guess that's the only... And oh wow, it got healed up by Wish too, of course. So now Dashbun is back to full health again, and it's got +2 in special attacks. So I'm like, all right, all I need to do is set this lead sheet up here, go for a little spin around there, and hopefully I can get rid of this thing, right? I believe he's got some pretty good bulk to it too. Plus, I was running max health, so it's going to be doing, I reckon, maybe half my health. But, however, he didn't go for a attacking move at all. He went for a Baton Pass. I was like, all right, what's going to receive all these workups? I hope it's not something good. And we got the Iron Treads here. I'm like, all right, I'm hoping for a special Iron Treads. Otherwise, I'm going to get absolutely destroyed. So, Terrain Pulse does an impressive 2 damage there, and Leech Seed's going to do probably, about the same damage too. So now they're going to go for a Rapid Spin there, increasing their speed. That did so much damage considering, and Seed Sower is going to activate, which is good there. Those seeds have been sown, and it's going to get rid of the Leech Seed, unfortunately. But, however, I can go for a Terrain Pulse here. It's going to be very powerful. So, next one will take it out. It's like, I don't know whether I can live this attack, because you see how much Rapid Spin did. That did a lot of damage, and that doesn't really exactly what you have a high amount of damage output. So, here comes a Knockoff. Knockoff does a lot less than what I thought. So, maybe they've got this invested in bulk, or all-round bulk, and I believe it's going to take out the Iron Treads there, which is good. So, it looks like they're going to need a new tire. Now, I've got to get some more recovery here, but my item did get knocked off, so no double recovery. So next Pokemon's Dashbun's like, well, have they got an attacking move, or are they going to try and pass it off? They're going to go for Play Rough. I lived on 1 health. You wouldn't read about it. And now I can go for the Terrain Pulse here. Dashbun gets dropped. Bolivia is carrying me hard right now. That was amazing. So suddenly I'm back into this game here. I'm making these things happen. So the next Pokemon here is going to be Screamtail. So Screamtail can easily fake me. It's going to go for a Hyper Voice. All right, well, I believe he did a good job. It's all good. The problem about this Pokemon, it's kind of bulky too. So it's got Hyper Voice. So it's going to have a lot of special attack now. So we're going to go into Serena. So Trop Kick will do a lot of damage here. There is a grassy terrain in the field, so I may as well make use of that. Right, here it comes. And it does nothing. So wow, this thing is definitely bulky, and now they're going to go for a Noble Roar, which sucks. So Noble Roar is going to drop my attack, so I can see what their strategy was there. They've got Hyper Voice and Noble Roar, so one of those moves can, activate their Throat Spray, plus drop the opponent attack and special attack at the same time. So I just continued to kick this Screamtail over and over again until it was screaming, and now they're going to go for a Psych. What was with that move? It actually literally looked like it was screaming there. I hope it does Psychic again. I want to see its face. It was literally screaming. Here we go. We're going to see this amazing move Psychic. Here it goes. Ready? See? There we go. That's why it's called Screamtail. Now I know, all my questions have been answered. So Serena fainted. There wasn't much I could do about it. So all that I had left here was the Hyper Beam Lilligant. So I'm like, all right. I have to get this happening right. I've got Quiver Dance and I've got Hyper Beam. I can make this happen. I've also got Light Screen, so I'm like, maybe I should just feint this because there's only one more Pokemon. It's like, nah, Orthworm's going to be kind of hard to feint because I've only got Hyper Beam and Petal Blizzard. That's going to do nothing. So I need to boost my special attack. So I got that Speed Rise, got that Special Attack Rise, and Special Defense Rise, which is good. And now they're going to go for Noble Roar and drop my Special Attack stats. So I'm like, all right, I'm not going to put up with this any longer. I'm just going to go for Hyper Beam. I'm just going to feint this, right? So here it comes, Silk Scarf, Hyper Beam, and that was enough to take out the Screaming Tail, which is good. So I've got one more Pokemon left after this too, which is the Sudowoodo, but I don't have a lot of moves to hit this with. Orthworm might be able to feint me here as well. So Orthworm's still got half its health, and what's with that camera angle? That's kind of strange. Anyway, I've got to recharge this turn. The Orthworm is going to go for a Coil, so there's no way that I can feint this, like with Hyper Beam or anything like that. I need to get some boosts. So what I'm thinking about doing, they might go for another coil here, and so I'm going to boost up my stats. So I've got that special attack boost. I need to get some power on Hyper Beam, you know. Now Orthworm is going to be going for an Iron Head here on my Lincoln, and that is going to feint me. So there's not much I could have done there. Hyper Beam was going to do nothing. So my last Pokemon here is going to be the Sudowoodo. So I was like, well, I may as well go for the Terra here. Not that I'm going to be using Trailblaze or anything like that, but my best bet would be to go for the Terra and then go for a Fire Punch and hopefully get a burn. Because if I stay as a Rock type, well, I mean, I have to go for a Terra anyway. But if I stay as a Rock type, I could get a Weakness Palsy, but I don't know. I don't want to do that because, that's not what the gym leader does. They Terra, right? So I have to stick with the gym leader, and unfortunately, me doing that resulted in very, very bad things, people. So I went for another Fire Punch there, and Orthworm is not going to feint. So I tried to stick true to the gym leader there, and I got wrecked. Hope you enjoyed the gym leader TT, people. I'll be back with Iono next week. I can't wait to do that one. And yeah, peace out, people.